Yo, what up is Leisure B live beam number 8. Yeah. So I'm currently uploading the live stream number I don't know 10 HD version. So I'm not able to stream music right now. Or stream the live stream. So I'm just recording and then I'm going to be uploading afterwards. Also today I decided to put on some headphones so I can talk to you during the music making, so I can like kind of explain what I'm doing. I was thinking about creating a cool sound with a virus here. A cool sound, of course, not some crappy sound, but a seriously cool sound. And I thought it'd be good if I just kind of like walk you through what I'm doing while I'm twisting the knobbies. So that's one thing. Also, I've got a terrible cold, so you know, just kind of ignore that. And can ignore that. Ignore that, yeah. Great sounding stuff there. Yeah. Okay, so yesterday I made this arrangement here. And then I painstakingly put some MIDI notes in there. Kind of like waiting for the right vibe to come. And I kind of thought I caught it. So I got this piece right here. And then the brown part right here. I want to create a cool sound for that. Yeah. So it's going to sound shitty now. Here we go. Yeah, and I kind of want to do something with kind of like a noisy filter attack, like a slow filter attack decay thing, where I kind of like go like every time it plays a note. And also I want, of course, like a cool, yeah, synth pad kind of oscillator for the main body of the sound. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn on the virus and we'll see what happens. I got the virus camera right here. There we go. Let's see if that works. It should be alright. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna put the MIDI on and just kind of twist the knobs and let you know what I'm doing. First thing I want to do is hear only oscillator 1, because I don't want to get confused about what I'm doing while I'm altering the oscillator. So I'm going to put the oscillator balance all the way to the left. Let's see what we got here. Well, yeah, so we got the mode classic sawtooth. I'm going to go for the grain complex wavetable thing. Let's see. I really like this one. It's got some really cool wavetables sounds. Plus you got some really cool options on the second page there. Like you can shift the frequency and the frequency spread. So it basically gets more harmonics and more bass. And the shift, of course, just kind of brings it up and down. Plus you can use the local detune, which I really love detune, man. Really getting into the detune thing. But first, of course, we're just gonna select the waveform that we like for the sound, and with we I mean me, Leisure B. So I'm just gonna kind of skip through the waveforms with the plus minus button here. See if it hits something that I like. Let me try the index a little bit. The index is where it starts playing the waveform, starts looping. So I'm basically shortening the waveform by changing the index. I kind of like it down there. Could have a bit more high. It's a bit too much detune there. I like how it starts swinging there. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for oscillator 1. Check out oscillator 2 now. Also going to use the grain complex. For this one I want something with a lot of harmonics, like this for example, but it's a bit too squeaky. See how I mix? Still a bit too much the same as the other one. as with everything with the virus, it sounds good, but it sounds also that you could just kind of like put an LFO on it and start modulating it, you know, like this index right here. There's so much buttons where you just start doing that and you're just like, hey, I need to put an LFO on that, man. That sounds great. I'm just gonna kind of leave it like there for now. Okay, now I'm gonna have a look at the amplifiers. Envelope. Mainly I just kind of turn the sustain down so we get like a clear attack thing, and yeah, I up the attack a little bit so I don't like when it clicks like that. Really kind of have like fade in there a little bit. Look at the filter section here. So the filters of the virus, they have like a kind of weird setting on the init patch. Weird, I don't know. It's not really my thing, I guess. Wait, there we go. So if you press edit twice, you get like a different view here. I believe it. There we go, so we need the common 1-2 view. We're going to go for the parallel routing. So both filters are next to each other instead of like behind each other. I like to do that so I can use the bandpass filter to create like a little nice high-end harmonic thing, you know. So I get the cutoff filter for the high end. So for example, and also just definitely put that cutoff link off, man. Yeah, it's like weird, man. Why is that always on? I wouldn't like two different knobs. I don't want one knob like relating to another knob. I want, you know. But hey. So now I got the low pass filter here, and I'm gonna put a band pass filter on the second one. First, check out the band pass. Yeah. Give it like a nice high end there. Maybe turn the whole patch up a little bit. Be careful if these both are on. You're going to change both the filter 1 and filter 2 resonance while twisting this. You don't want that, so you just want one at a time, I guess, or I usually do. A lot of resonance on the band pass filter there. Also want the key tracking on, preferably. I'm gonna have to adjust both the filters again to get it at the same position. So what the key follow does, I mean, it's pretty obvious probably, but still. So the key follow, if you play higher notes, then it automatically adjusts the filter so it goes up higher, so you get the same cutoff frequency. So you get a relative cutoff frequency to the note height or the note frequency. So what you can do is, like, if you have like something that has like some harmonics, usually what you get if you don't use key tracking, if you play down here you'll have a lot of harmonics, if you play up here you won't have any harmonics, and what you want is like have the same amount of harmonics while moving up the keyboard. So that's what key tracking for the filter does. See if we've got some water here. Take the filters a little bit further and use the envelope on them. So down here you got the amplifier envelope. Pretty much the same thing up here for the filter. So basically if you're making a virus sound and you didn't touch any of these, then you did something wrong. Or you're looking for a very specific sound, but that's pretty much your palette right here. What you're hearing is the filter envelope on the cutoff number 2. So if I just adjust this one, it will change where it starts. Cool. It's kind of weird at the beginning. Adjust it back a little bit. Still doing that. I want some other envelope, so not this one, but another one on cutoff number 1, because I want something different there. I want to just kind of open up like with all long notes. And the virus has more envelopes, of course. Here, envelope 3, yeah. So So now we're gonna go over to the mod section here, which by the way is called mod select. It doesn't have anything to do with mode selector, I'm guessing, but you know, what do I know? Okay, maybe a little explanation here is in place. Wait. So right now we're at the mod selection of the virus, and you can select like 6 slots where you can choose one modulator and send them to multiple parameter settings. This is a bit tricky here, this part. Like when I first got the virus and I started playing with this, it's a bit unpredictable what happens, because if you start like twisting these, if you start twisting these knobs here and select different output parameters, like right now it's the mod wheel, so it's not bad. So it's this one right here. But if you select an LFO and you start skipping through the parameters here, and this value here is like positive or negative, then what he starts doing is like adjusting values all through the virus. So you definitely don't want to have that. So basically my thing is always to like turn this one off, put this one on 0, like so you don't have any output whatsoever going anywhere, you know, just in case. And then select, oh, that's kind of weird as well. You think, hey, I want to go right, and then you go down. Okay, so that's a, whoops. Alright, so, is it still working? Yeah, why is that oscillator volume off? Okay. Oh, that's kind of, alright, learn something new every day. Apparently the oscillator volume is like relative to the, so you can kind of like turn it up or down a little bit. Okay. So I want to assign this to the cutoff number 1. Where are you? Cutoff number 1. I want to find you. You're gonna be happy with me. Filter 1 cutoff. Alright. And then we want the envelope 3 here. Alright, because that's what we're just created our little envelope-y thingy. Filter envelope 1, no, envelope 3. Yeah. And then we want it to go up. Boopy. So what's happening now is that the envelope we just created here in the common settings, pretty much if you just press edit, so you get all the other stuff like Unison and pitch bend and stuff like that, plus this extra 2 envelopes which you have, then yeah, we should be hearing that right now. Could be a little bit more enthusiastic. Yeah, maybe I should like get a little bit more harmonics in that sound. Maybe up the resonance a little bit. But you can clearly hear the slow attack on the filter. So again, here the mod select part, you can just pretty much select any source and send it to any destination on the virus. So that's pretty cool stuff. I believe it also has like an envelope follower for the input and stuff. I don't know. So like it has like way a lot of. See what's happening here. Walk through one, pitch bend, channel pressure, mod wheel, breath control. Ooh, controller 3. Okay, foot pedal, data entry, stuff like that. Okay, anything other weird stuff? Sustain pedal, amp, yeah, filter, envelope, yeah. LFOs, key follow, random. Oh, random. Nice. ARP input. That's also pretty cool, by the way. The Anna key 1 fine. I don't even know what that is, man. Fuck. Okay, 1% constant. Yeah. 10% constant. Okay. Oh, so now. Or is that the audio input? No, that's not audio input. Ah, no audio input. Excuse me. Velocity. No, whatever. I was talking shit. Yeah, no velocity input for the audio. But it does have that somewhere, by the way. So there's this like envelope follower on the input thing. But I don't know. Yeah, I still need to get deeper into this shit, man. I've been having this thing for a year now, and I'm still learning. Like about 2 weeks ago, I thought, like, you know what, I'm just gonna get the manual and kind of like see what's in there. And then I got to the delay section after about 5 minutes, and then I started playing with like the stuff they were saying in the manual, and it was just so much fun. I was just spent like 2 hours just playing with delays and a sawtooth. Ah, you gotta love that thing, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna press play again and kind of switch the knobs, twist the knobs. Excuse me. Okay, now to spice things up a little bit, I'm gonna turn on the Unison. So it's a fun moment. I'm going to add some detuning. So LFO1 has a dedicated pitch for oscillator 1 and 2. It's very nice. Because funny enough, wait, let me... So what happens if you... so that's what I first started to try out, the detune of the oscillators. I went to the mod section here, and I thought, you know, get a LFO, set it to the oscillator. We have ourselves a nice detune. But unfortunately, the outputs of the LFOs, or like even if you put it like on a 1% or on one, I don't know, +1 output, you get way too much detune. So you get like, I don't know, like 50, like half a note, something like that. So like half a note distance detune, so like 50 cents or something. And that's way too, or like maybe 25, I don't know, but like way too much. And if you use a dedicated pitch on LFO1, then you can really slightly detune, so you can kind of like twist it a little bit up there. I don't know, 10%, still good. So it's cents, so you know, like you can go for like 1.6 or 3.1 or something. That's really good. Play that. Detune the other one down a little bit. Adjust the envelope settings. Yeah, I'm liking this. Just kind of sitting here listening to it. So I'm now gonna go to the EQ section because I used up both of the filters and I now want some low cut on there. These are really sweet EQ there in the filter in the virus. I mean, if you want to, in end effect you have like one other filter here as well, so could use that, but just kind of cutting out the low end there, leave room for the bass. Just a little high boost as well. Wanting to go to the delay section now. Don't think I'll be using any reverb. I love these delays, man. Like I said, just so much fun. Just give it some time though, you know. Try it with the mod select part as well, so you can like modulating the delay parameters. That's so nice. This is also really like, I'm a big fan of VST instruments and everything, you know, but this is like different stuff altogether, man. These delays are like every component basically is like so much more fun. Like it's like fun, like even choosing an oscillator waveform is like way more fun than in Massive or I don't know, Serum or something. I don't know. She's like skipping through the oscillator wavetable thing is just it's fun. Like just doing that is fun. Like yeah, I'm happy. The way it ends, like meow, wow, yeah. Increasing the note length a little bit there. I'm gonna put a little LFO on the time there. I think that's might be a mighty fun idea. So again, first select the parameter you want, the parameter, I don't know how you say that, the parameter that you want to modulate. The delay time, yes. Mind you also, I believe these entries, they change. So if I choose different delay, there might not be a delay time, or you know, it kind of depends on how your settings are in the rest of the virus, what pops up here. I'll take LFO2, because LFO1 is in use. Bipolar, so it goes up and down the current value, so over and under the current value. Oh. LFO2, of course. It's kind of spooky. So I want to go slower and less. Sounds good to me. Maybe a little bit slower still. Yeah. Slight detune and delay there, I like that. Forget about the reverb. Now we're gonna check out the distortions. It's also usually a pretty fun part of the process. The distortions in the virus are so nice, man. It's no wonder this guy's now making like guitar amp, preamp stuff. It's kind of like a line 6 pot, but like very good and very expensive. Or very expensive, I don't know, it's not that bad, but it's like 2,000 euros for the basic version, I believe. But if I check out these distortions here, man, I totally get it. I use that stuff also on VST instruments and everything. I think I'm gonna turn that mic down a little bit, like that. So I also use it on the VST. Sometimes I just kind of send out the VST into the virus, use the distortion and delays, because they're so nice, man. It's just sweet. Yeah. Okay, check out the distortion part. Yeah, let's see what happens. EQ and distortion there. So there's too much low end if you turn up the distortion. If I turn up distortion, there's a lot of low end. I want to get rid of that. Mix function there. If it's too much, you can always like kind of like go back to the original signal. Seriousness somehow. I don't know, it's a lot more serious because of distortion. It's the added seriousness there. There's one last thing I want to do now, and I want to kind of like get more attack on the band pass filter, or something like that goes like whoop, every note. So more like a bell attack kind of thing. So I'm gonna try use the filter, the envelope 4 for that. slot 3. Once again, first select the parameter. I always skip through the menus with a plus and minus thing. It's kind of tedious, but I like it. I don't know. I don't like really twisting knobs to select values. So, like that. Ta-da! Yeah, it's like so much fun getting there. Like that's pretty much das ganze Eieren essen du. I just kind of didn't prepare for this at all. I just kind of sat down and started doing this. I thought, hey, I want to make a new sound for the song, which I'm actually working on, and I might as well, record it and talk some in between. And it's still so much fun. I mean, it's hard, like talking and doing this at the same time. It's like a lot of thinking. There's a lot of thinking involved here. But the virus is like seriously. Also, if you have one, I would like so much recommend that you don't use the software. I mean, it might be good, whatever. But yeah, if you have a sound card, man, seriously, use that MIDI option thing and just kind of twist the knobs, just like without this whole net down there, which will catch you if you fall. Yeah, it's sweet. Okay, so now I'm just gonna save the setting like old school way. Here we go. So I want to store this patch. Yeah. And so I'm like right now I'm in multi-mode because I like being in multi-mode. And there's like solo mode, this one, which basically means you have just that everything that you see here, and you have the multi-mode, which I'm in right now, which means you have like 16 times this. I mean, it doesn't always have the processor to make it all happen, but like theoretically you have like 16 sounds, like so you have 16 times this this setup here. And I just made a sound which I now don't want to save in multi-mode, but I want to save in single mode so I can use it in my other multi-modes and stuff. So I just pressed store. Now I'm in store multi-mode, but if I select it here, dump arrangement, no, where we go, store single menu. So like you want to twist that one until you go to store single menu. Press store again. Let's see where do I want to put it. This kind of a list of stuff that I'm working on here. Right, there we go. Fluty. Stored keys. Boop de doop. A lot of stuff. Tech Bro. Yeah, stuff I'm working on with Andy. Magic Band. There we go. Okay, store that and call it. Where? Oh, it's so nice and tedious. This is like. It's truly Zen stuff, man. Like, you have to wait until you get the right letter by twisting a knob. What did I want to write again? Okay. Where? Well, get out there like that. Where? Yeah, and is it a lead? Not really, but I'm still going to call it a lead. I'm still going to call it a lead sound, even though it's like kind of too weak for that. Pretty much, but still. Weak lead. That'd be good. I'm kind of having trouble seeing it because there's a lamp on the display, which is kind of blocking my view. Where lead? Okay, store again. Whoop. There we go. And it's saved. It's saved. It's saved. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to bed now because tomorrow is Monday. Hope you enjoyed that. If you own a virus, man, we're on the same team, dude. Yeah, that shit rules, man. Yeah. If you don't own a virus, you can be on our team, man. It's only like, I don't know, 2,400 euros or something. Glad you could watch this and hope you learned something and stuff, and or it like kind of sparks your creativity or something. I don't know. As long as you don't drop dead watching it. Anyways, have fun and bye bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.